Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a Clash.Royale tier list. Uh, yeah, so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'll just be ranking every single card in the game from S, which is the best, to F, which is the worst. And then we'll rank every single card, and there'll be multiple parts to this tier list because I can't fit all of this in one video, so yeah. First off, we have Expo. Expo is a card that's in meta, and a lot of people use it still. It was more popular in previous metas, but I think it's still a good card, and it's one of those cards you can't leave alone if it's getting damage off you. If someone puts down Expo, you need to react with a tank or a Skarmy immediately, and if they have a log for any Swarmy to counter the Expo, then you're probably dead because Expo does so much damage in such a quick time. It does like level 14 is like 50 damage, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'd say Expo's in the B tier because it's still 6 elixir, which is actually really high. Goblin Giant is another 6 elixir card, but I think it's a little better because it's medium speed for a giant, which is actually really fast, and the spear goblins really help it go against Skarmy or any Swarmies, and it does a lot of damage with that one little spear. So I actually think Goblin Giant's a little underrated. Maybe not underused because not a lot of it's not necessarily underused because it won't fit in every single situation, but in some games, a Goblin Giant can actually get you really far, and get a lot of good damage, so I'd put it in B ahead of Expo. Next we have Goblin Hut. Now, Goblin Hut used to be really good, but then they remodeled it just like the Barbarian Hut, and now it's a little weird. It does one Spear Goblin at a time, or 3 Spear Goblins at a time, but it used to do one, but the production rate used to be a lot quicker, which in my opinion I like more. And that was easier for countering cards like Valkyrie, because now when there's 3, it'll take still more time. So I'll just put it in D. I don't think Goblin Hunt's a very good card, and you could still use it in a lot of scenarios, but can't use it in a lot of scenarios. Now I'm actually gonna add a row below and put E. Alright. Archer Queen is a really good champion, I think. Probably one of the best. I think she's good without her ability, but with her ability, she's amazing. She's still good without her ability, but I don't think she is a great card without her ability. I think her ability makes her like an amazing card, but without her ability, she's just like a decent card. I wouldn't say amazing. I know I said she's good without her ability, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of like a slower cannon card, and you still need to do 1 elixir for the ability, and 5 elixir is extremely high for a card that depends on its ability so much. So I'll put it in top of B. I really like Royal Delivery, and the reason I like it so much is because it could hit air troops. So I know it does take a long time to deploy. It's 3 seconds to deploy, but it can hit air troops like minions, and that's what makes it really good. So, I'll put Royal Delivery A. I think Royal Delivery is a good card because counter Goblin Barrel, Wizard, could counter Witch, could counter a lot of cards actually. Inferno Dragon, a Musketeer. It's a really good card if you use it well. Minions, on the other hand, I don't think minions are worth 3 elixir. I understand how they can get a lot of good chip damage on cards like a Knight and Valkyrie if they're medium speed, but I think Minion Horde is much better than minions because if if you're gonna get 3 minions for 3 elixir, I don't know how good of an investment that is. So I'll put minions in C. They're just an average card. Oh, giant skeleton. Now, as a level 14 mini P.E.K.K.A player, I don't have too much trouble with giant skeleton, but if you don't have a tank to counter that giant skeleton, it's gonna come for you. Most giant skeleton players have a zap to stop your Skarmy, and the bomb does like 1,000 damage on the tower. And even if it didn't have the bomb, still not a bad card, does a ton of damage. I'll put it in A, but behind Royal Delivery. Archers are interesting, because archers can actually get a lot of chip damage if you put them behind a tank like Golem, but by themselves, they are not amazing. So it really depends on the situation they're in. Like, they can get countered by Baby Dragon, but if you put them behind like a P.E.K.K.A or a Golem, they can get a lot of good chip damage on air troops and counter Skarmy. So I'll put them back of good. Inferno Dragon's interesting because it gets countered by a lot of cards. It even gets countered by skeletons and skeleton army, Electro Wizard, Musketeer, Wizard. But it can counter a lot of tanks, which is really useful. Like, it can counter a Mega Knight if you put like a Knight, and it could fully counter a P.E.K.K.A and a Giant, which I really think is a huge upside to it. The gradual damage is amazing, so I'll put it in A above Royal Delivery. Alright, Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to be our first S of the video. I'm biased because I'm a level 14 Mini P.E.K.K.A player, but how can you not put in S? It does so much damage for elixir. It could counter Giant Skeleton, it could counter basically any card in the game. Hog Rider, counter Prince, counter Musketeer, Wizard, Valkyrie, E-Wizard, Magic Archer, Mother Witch, Executioner, Golden Knight, Giant, Miner, E-Giant, Ice Wizard, Bowler, Phoenix, or not, why did I say Phoenix? But it can counter so many cards if you play it right, and a lot of smart mini P.E.K.K.A players know what to do in the situation, and if you play it right, then it can get so much damage on the tower. Level 14 does 955 damage, so it's the first S of the video. Goblin drills an E, no explanation, just it gets full countered by log. That's all you need to know. It literally gets full countered by log. Right. Royal Giant, it used to be S tier, but then it got nerfed, and the range is not as high, and it can get really well countered by Skarmy, but if you put it in a right situation, like in the pocket, if you're going to go for the 2 crown, it could be really useful. So I'll put it in B, since it's still a slow card, and it's kind of easy to counter. The hit time is very low, which I think is a good addition, because if it was not very low, imagine how overpowered the Royal Giant would be. Like, that would be crazy. And everyone has a joke about, like, Royal Giant was, like, OP, but I think the nerf was really good, because it would have been crazy if it stayed like that. Ice Spear is honestly an A, above Inferno Tower, or Inferno Dragon. I think the reason I love Ice Spirit so much is because you can do so many cool tricks with it. You can fully counter a Mega Knight with an Ice Spirit and skeletons. You can counter Inferno Dragon with skeletons, or Ice Spirit. You could stun a troop with Ice Spirit. Like, I honestly love it, and it's an amazing cycle card. Probably, I'd actually put an S. That's how much I love Ice Spirit. This will be the last card of the day. This is Minion Horde, or Mega Minion. Mega Minion is good. It could fully counter Minion Horde, I believe, and it does a lot of good damage on the tower. But it's kind of easy to counter. I mean, it's 2 elixir, you can't expect much. But if you let it connect on the tower or an air troop, it will do a lot of damage. So I'll put it in B ahead of Goblin Giant. So that's the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.